Hiya, welcome to today's class. I'm calling this series of classes Metabolic Muscle. All your muscles are metabolic, but my goal is to make sure that your metabolism is working as efficiently as possible. It's good for so many different reasons, depending on what your goals are. The likelihood is we all need to make sure our metabolism is staying strong. That's particularly important if you're approaching perimenopause or beyond. You've had your menopause. We know that muscle goes or starts to decrease at this age. That's the stage I'm starting to approach as well. So we really need to make sure that we're focusing on keeping that metabolism working. And one of those ways is by boosting your muscle with protein and weight training. So we're going to be focusing on compound movements. We're getting more bang for your buck with these exercises. We're going to be doing things like squats, lunges, shoulder press, etc., etc. You will want to have a variation of weights. I've got a set of heavy weights when I'm doing my lower body and some lighter weights for when I'm doing my upper body. So just get your weights ready, press pause if you need to, and go and get what you need. I am working barefoot. I always do, but you don't have to. You can wear trainers. If you have any issues with your ankles, it might be a good idea to pop some trainers on, although not for this part of the class. You can keep them off because we're about to come on to our mats. So we want to start down on the floor for two reasons. We're going to do a bit of prepping and priming. That's kind of like your pre-workout for setting up your muscles for success for the workout we've got ahead of us. And then the other reason is to set up the core so that your core knows to fire up when we need it the most, especially if you're at the stage where you're lifting slightly heavier weights than perhaps you once were. We want to know that our body knows how to keep it nice and safe, keep us nice and safe. And one of the ways is by switching on the core. So let's come on to all fours. And thinking about what I just said about getting the core ready, push your shin bones down into the ground, push your palms into the floor, take a deep inhale breath through the nose. And on your out breath, I want you to scoop and lift the abdominals in and up. You're going to release that on an inhale breath. So imagine you're about to go into a shoulder press. As you press your arms up above the head, you're breathing out so you can stabilize. And you'll hear me say it's a bit like we're doing a plank standing up. One more time. Take another inhale breath. And exhale. We're using the Pilates method to help set our bodies up for this workout. So we're going to use that same breath work. Exhale, extend your right arm and your left leg. Bring everything down and switch. There's a very strong likelihood that when you're performing this movement, or these movements, that your pelvis is moving as well. What we want to try and do is train the pelvis to stay very still here. It is easier said than done, so it's just something to be focusing on, something to practice. And one of the ways that you can make sure that doesn't happen is by pushing the shin bone down into the ground, so with that supporting leg. This is also really good prep for our shoulder press, as well as everything else. We've got 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And then just release it. Come back onto hands and knees. If you need to come off your wrists for a second, that's absolutely fine. Using an out breath, we're going to round the spine into a cat stretch. Take your head through the arms and then release, 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 and hold it. Inhale. Exhale. This warm-up isn't necessarily about just getting warm. It's about preparing your body specifically for this workout. So I've taken all the exercises that we're doing today and I've just thought what would be the best way to prepare us for this. One more time. Exhale. So we've got lovely spinal flexion going on here. And release. Come back into a child's pose stretch just to release any tension through the shoulders. Okay, we're going to flip over now onto our backs. I'm sure you can guess what exercise we're doing now. We're going to do some bridging to set up your legs. And this is really good if you notice when you're squatting, you don't feel your glutes working as hard. Hopefully this will sort that out. So have your arms nice and long down by your sides. Press your palms down. Take an inhale breath. We're just coming up for one time at this stage anyway. Tuck the tailbone under and round up and hold it there. Now your feet should look like the number 11. They should be dead straight. Lifting up through the bottom and hold it there. I want you to feel like you're pulling your heels towards your butt cheeks without actually moving them to really activate the backs of the legs. On your out breath, we melt the spine down bone by bone and then completely release. We're going to do that again. So we round up, push the feet down into the floor, work those legs. When we do a squat, I'll be giving you a very similar cue, driving your feet through the floorboards. Pull your heels towards your butt cheeks to get a bit more work here, and then round the spine. I want to add on some arms just so we get our bodies ready for what we're about to do. So round back up again. Take 2 arms up to the sky. We're going to do a toy soldier here. Keep your palms turned inwards as we allow one arm to fall forwards, one arm to fall backwards. If you can't get your back arm all the way to the floor, it does not matter. Do what you can. Abdominals stay tight, squeezing the glutes. So we're warming up our upper body and our lower body. We're preparing for our workout. 4, specifically for this workout. 3, 2, 1. And then take both arms overhead as you melt the spine down. Take your time, releasing, releasing, releasing. And then bring the arms all the way down by your sides. We're going to roll onto our side, come back onto all fours. We're going to find a plank position. So get ready. Find your plank. If you'd prefer not to do a plank, you can just go into a knee hover. Just hold it here for me. Let's get that core nice and stable. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pike up. Push the heels down towards the floor. Scoop the belly. Walk your hands back. Soften your knees. Exhale. Drop the heels as you round up. And then just release. Okay, one more exercise to prep your body for the workout. We're going to take the legs about an inch or 2 wider than your hips. Make a fist with one hand, wrap it with the other. Come down into a squat. Just find your squat and push up. Notice how your ankles are feeling when you do this. Are you able to get your heels down to the mat? This might be when you want to go and grab your trainers, or I'm going to make another suggestion to you. If you've got your mat out still, if you pop your feet, the heels onto the edge of your mat, and come down into a squat from there, that might help give you a little bit more stability through the ankle joint. See how you go with that one. Now, that's just another option for you. Okay, we're going to do another 4 more squats here. 4, prepping and priming the body. 3, 2, and 1, and then just release it. Okay, perfect. Let's get set for our workout. If you don't feel like you're quite warm enough yet, you can obviously press pause and do some marching on the spot. Right, we're going to get ready for our squat. So I've got my 5 kilo weights here. Ideally, we're going to have the weights up high. As a compound movement as well, this means that we're getting already shoulders and upper back working. My weights are not resting on my shoulders. They're slightly off, slightly hovering off my shoulders. Okay, you want to have your feet dead straight or slightly turned out, nothing major. This is just your goblet squat. We're going to come down, down, and push up. We're coming down, down, and push up. Now we're aiming to get the bottom in line with the knee. So that might take you a few more goes. Down, down. This is 5. Now, depending on how heavy your weight is, you might take this to 8. 2 more. Down, down. 1 more time. Down, down. Now that's 8. Or keep going to 12. So we're finding our rep range between 8 and 12. 2 more times. 1 more time. Down, down. Drive through your heels and take a breather. So you can either just keep hold of the weights or put them down safely if you have something here in front of you or on the floor if you know you can safely pick them up. Ideally, you won't be going onto the floor every time. Okay, we're pausing for about 20 to 30 seconds. If your weight was very, very light, you probably don't need to rest for quite as long. But as I say, this is not a cardio class. So the goal is just to keep the heart rate really kind of very comfortable. We're going to repeat your squats again. So we've got 2 more sets of squats. Going to pick up your weights again. Make sure you pick them up safely, please. We'll start to get set up. Okay, let's turn those toes out a little for those that need. Otherwise, they're dead straight, but we've got about an inch or 2 wider than hips. Weights up high. Get your core stabilizers ready like we discussed. Okay, we're aiming between 8 and 12. So come down, drive through those heels. As if you're pushing your heels through the floorboards. And if you struggle with that, remember my suggestions. This is 4. And 5. Drive through the heels. A nice big out breath on exertion where you really want your abdominals to fire up. Okay, you can stop here Or join me for 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and then just take a rest. You can put your weights down. If you feel like you need a bit longer to rest, pause the video for a moment, or very old-fashioned thing to say, but pause it for a second. Just make sure we rest. It gives our muscles a chance to actually grow, and we're telling our body, we're telling our central nervous system that we're focusing on building muscle. We're not focusing on just getting the heart rate up for the sake of it. This is not a cardio class. Okay, nearly there. 10 more seconds, then we'll grab our weights and we'll start getting set up. Okay, let's get going. This is your final set, by the way. And then we're going to move on to an upper body focused exercise. Okay, let's get set. So take those feet about an inch or two wider than your hips. They're either dead straight or slightly turned out. Get those abs on ready. Weights are not resting on the shoulder to compress you, but just slightly elevated. Get those biceps working, aiming for between 8 and 12. Come down, down, push up. Come down, down. Notice your eyes, I know I say this in all the videos, just make sure your eyes you're not leaving them up there and straining your neck. Down, down. You should be feeling like this is set number 3. Down, down. Okay, you got 2 more if you're aiming for 8 reps. 1 more here. Down, down. Okay, let's see if we can add 4 more. Even my biceps now are getting tired, which is great. Don't be scared to try a heavier weight. You'll be surprised what you can do. 1 more time. Okay, breathe. This is where you're going to grab a sip of water. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to disappear for 1 second. Amazing work. So those squats, we were working almost every single muscle group. Your biceps, your shoulders, your abs, your legs, loads of work going on, even upper back just to keep you in that position. So it's a really amazing compound move, and one that is a functional exercise as well, because we're always having to squat coming up and down off a chair, up and down the stairs, on the loo. So squatting is a functional one. We're about to move on to our shoulder press. There's 2 options for shoulder press. If you know that your weight is slightly heavier, maybe you only have 1 set of weights, and you don't feel comfortable taking both arms overhead, you're going to do a single arm press, just alternating your arms. You'll probably end up doing half the reps that way as well, so just bear that in mind. I'm going to pick up my lighter weights now. I've got my 3 kilos here. And feet are now just sitting underneath the hips. We want to start off in this position, this kind of I surrender position, and I recommend just bringing the dumbbells, the edge of the dumbbells, in line with the chin, just like below the chin, or just where the chin, the edge of the chin here. So then you've got a nice full range of movement as you fully extend your arms. So I'm using 3 kilo weights here. If you have got something similar, hopefully you're coping with your full extension with both arms. Otherwise, you're going to alternate. So it's as if we're doing a sort of out and up, a little bit like an out and up, and then bring it down and in. If that's confusing to you, really what we want is just to get those arms straight up. Now I think we've got 3 more reps to take you to the full 8. See if you can fully extend. Okay, 1 more taking you to the 8. Otherwise, carry on, you've got 4 more. Remember, we want to have that standing plank. So when the arms go overhead, you're not falling into your lower back. You're actually doing the opposite. You're strengthening it. You're supporting it. 1 more time. Press and down and release it. Okay, take a breather. We've got about 30 seconds, and if you need longer, please pause. Take a bit longer if you need to. So 30 seconds is always the minimum that you would take. And then if you want a bit longer, do. If we were lifting heavier weights, we would take longer rests. So bear that in mind if you are starting to up the weights. We're going to start getting set for our second of 3 sets. Remember, the option is single arm press or double. If you're doing both, I don't want that to be an excuse to lean into your back. The weight goes upwards and inwards, so nice strong plank feeling. Let's pick up those weights. Find that position for me where your dumbbells line up with your chin, Abs on tight, take it away. Press and down. That's it. Push up, full extension of those arms. I'm going to turn my back to you now so you can just see from behind how it looks. We want full extension. This is 4 and down. 5, 6. Try and leave the shoulders in the back without, so ideally I don't want them lifting up towards the ears. Okay, this is 8. Keep going if you've got 4 more in you. 4, bringing it down in line with the chin. 3, abs on tight. 2, there's loads of muscles working here. That's why they're hard. Done. Take a breather. So obviously when we're doing compound moves, the heart rate naturally goes up quite high, which is cool, that's great, but it's a very small amount of time. So we're going, that's why weight training is also really good for your heart health, because your heart rate does go up. It's just we're not keeping it consistent. Okay, let's take a breather. Got a final set coming up, and then after this, we're back to our lower body. We're going to do some lunges. Very exciting. Okay, let's start to get set. Let's get this set done. So feet sit right underneath your hips. Get your abdominals ready. Find your position, your starting position, and then we take it away. Now you may have seen me in some of these videos adding a little bit of a, if that feels good for you, because it's a final set, it might be that you're finding this quite hard. A little jump might feel quite nice. It's also a slightly different style of training. Rather than going just very, very slow and controlled, you're adding your legs to the movement. So if that feels good for you, go for it. This is your last one if you're doing 8. Otherwise, give me 4 more, adding that little bounce. And 3, and 2, and 1, and release it down. Take a breather. Now, you might want to keep these weights for the lunges that we're about to do. We're going to do a set of reverse lunges, which is just a repetitive movement. We're doing 2 sets of these, 2 sets of 20. You don't have to do the full 20 if it doesn't feel good for you, but we're aiming for 20. So how do I want you to hold your weights? I'd like you to hold them like they're luggage. And what I don't want is your shoulders hanging into the body. I actually want you to do this for me. I want you to just very gently elevate the shoulders. Don't pull them back and down, just pull them back and up. It's a little bit bodybuilder-esque how I'm asking you to position. Another way of thinking about it is if you were breaking pasta, or I'm trying to think of something else you might, picking up a child, you want to sort of use those top shoulder muscles as well, your traps, your upper back. So I don't want that. I want something that looks a little bit more like this, and you can see your elbows stay slightly bent. So I hope that makes some sense. If not, don't stress too much. It's just more to get more muscles working. It's not going to mean you're doing anything wrong. Okay, they're going to get those abs on nice and tight. We're going for it. We're going to take a nice lean back, lunge back, down and in. We've got 20 of these. Coming down, squat. So notice as you're coming, not squat, lunge, as you're coming down, you don't want those weights just hanging off the shoulders. You want to control that, which makes this much harder. This is 6. Let's go. 4 more to take you to 10. 4, 3. There's another set of 10 straight after, taking you up to 20. You'll notice I'll be going quiet soon. 10. Here we go. Final 10. Get that knee right down if you can. If you're doing it on a mat like me, as long as it's safe, you might be able to touch that knee down. Don't do that if you're working on hard floor. 6 more. We can do this. 6. Drive it up. 5. Strong shoulders, strong back muscles. 3 more times. You don't have to touch the floor, by the way, with your knee. Just a suggestion. 2 and 1. Woo. That set is over. I'm going to grab a sip of water so I don't lose my voice. Do the same if you need to. Now, being aware, out of breath, that this is not a cardio class, we do want to give our bodies a chance just to calm down, just to settle, before we do our second set of our reverse lunges. We're going to start to pick up our weights again. So if you want heavier, go heavier. We're going to set up, just gently lifting the shoulders without, and pulling them back just a little, not back and down, but kind of up and back. All right, see all those muscles switch on when we do that. Ready for your final set of 20. Get those abs on tight. Feel like you're doing your standing plank. Let's go. Where do we want the eyes? Let them just follow you as you come down, your eyes come down. Where do I want your front knee? It shouldn't really be any further than the toe, which is why we're actually doing a reverse lunge, because it stops you leaning forwards. This is 8, I think. 2 more here for 10. If you find you need to stop, stop. Okay, here we go, 10 more. 10. Get those abs to help you as you come in. 8. 7. Work that front leg to bring you up. 5. Whoops. 4. It's getting hard. 3. Drive it up. 2. And 1. Oh, well done. Take a rest. Take a breather. Take a moment just to release. Okay, we're going to have a 30-second breather. We're following that up with another upper body focused workout, or exercise rather, which also hits multiple muscles. We want to hit the biceps. So rather than today doing a bicep curl to isolate the biceps, we're going to do an underhand row, which uses your biceps, shoulders, upper back, and then all these lovely muscles that run down the back as well. It does require being in a hinge position. If it doesn't feel good for you to be in a hinge position, then I would prefer you to just come and do a lateral raise, so you're at least getting that upper back work, okay? So lateral raise with a slight bend in the elbow is for you if the underhand row is not for you. Now just a quick thing, we want to have the feet sitting underneath your hips. Obviously you're going to grab your weights in a second. The abs are tight. At the top of the pant line, we hinge. Now your knees are slightly bent. We're going to be holding our weight soon and driving the elbows past the waist. Squeeze those upper back muscles and release. Again, we're with our rep range, 8 to 12. Okay, let's grab your weights. Actually, I'll go here. Feet parallel. On your out breath, set up your abs, bend the knees, turn your palms away from you. Okay, here we go. We're going to drive those elbows past the waist and release it down. Try not to let the weights hang off the shoulders. So when you get here, they're ready to come back up again. This is 5. If you need to give your back a break, give it a break. This is 6. This is 7. And this is 8. So you could stop right now or carry on. 4 more. 4. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. 3. And 2. And 1. And release. Have a break. 30 seconds rest. Take a little breather. Then we'll be back on it. So I didn't actually say that I don't know if I said, I'm using my heavier weights, the weights I did my leg work with. With back work, I tend to find you can go with a very similar weight. So don't feel like you have to drop the weight because we're doing upper body. It's, again, a compound movement. So technically, when you're using several different muscles, you can get away with that slightly heavier weight. This one, we were using fewer muscles, so you may have needed to take down the weight. Okay, let's get set. Pick up your weights. So I've gone for my 5s here. Feet just sitting underneath the hips, maybe a little bit wider if you need to. On your out breath, soft knees, come down into your hinge, turn your palms away from you, abs on tight. Here we go. We're going to drive the elbows past the waist and release. Not everyone's backs love being in these positions for very long. So if that's you, just stand up, shake it off, and return when you're ready. Drive up using those biceps and your shoulders. This is 6. And 7, abs on tight. You can stop at 8. All right, here we go. 4 more if you can. 4. And abs on tight. 3. Don't lose them here. You can't afford to. 2. And 1. And release it. Okay, we've got one more set of those coming up. Take a little breather. 30 seconds rest. Quick sip of water for me, actually. Okay, we're back to it in a moment. Okay, about 10 seconds. We're going to pick up those weights. And we're going to start getting set up. So we want to have 2 parallel feet again. Tummy muscles on nice and tight. On your out breath, we're going to soften the knees. Find your hinge. Turn your palms away from you. On your out breath, we're going to pull the elbows back and release. Drive. Remember, your option is lateral raises. And 4, 5. Find those biceps here as you drive the arms up. Okay, we're on 8. Join me for 4 more if you can. Let's go. For 4 and 3 and it burns. 2 and 1 and release it. Well done. You can put those weights down to one side and just shake it all off. Release it. You have worked every single muscle in your body. Let's start to release our body a little bit now, giving it a bit of a stretch. So we're going to start by having your feet parallel. Rest your arms down by your sides. Obviously, we've just finished quite an intense weight set. So slow your breathing down. We're going to go into our roll downs. Take your arms up. Exhale, coming down. This is exactly what I do when I finish my workouts. I don't always have ages to stretch. We're going to bend the knees. Bend, 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 bend. Exhale, straighten the legs and hold. Bend the knees as much as you like. Exhale, lift the belly as you find that stretch in the backs of the legs. 2 more times. Pull the heels down into the floor. 1 more time. Extend, hold. We're going to soften the knees as we round slowly up. Get ready to go back into another roll down for me. Take your arms up to the sky. Exhale, diving down. Hold it here. If you're able to touch the floor without bending your knees too much, then great. What we're going to do now is you're going to bend your right knee a little. Leave your left leg straight. We're going to take that into a twist. So your left arm is going to bend and take it up to the sky. Hold. So you're in a twist and a nice hamstring stretch. Release that. Both legs are straight. Bend your left knee. Right elbow bends, take it up to the sky and hold it. So all that rowing we've just done is we're getting a release for that. Bring the hand, return it back to the floor. Switch. Bend your right knee. Your left arm turns up to the sky. Take your eyes with you if you can. Bring that hand down. Switch. Bend your left knee. Take the right arm up to the sky. Hold. Come back. We're going to do 2 more. Emphasize the hamstring stretch now. So for this side, you're on your left leg. The left leg is straight. Really press your heel down into the floor and then bring it back down. Last one. Bend your left knee. Right arm comes up to the sky. Hold it. Bring that hand down. Soften the knees as we round slowly up. Well done. Let's take one arm across the chest. Slide the shoulder down your back. If you feel like you need a little bit more of a hamstring stretch, I would come onto your mat after this and just give yourself a few minutes stretching out your hamstrings and your hips. And then take the other arm across. And then let's finish with some lateral flexion. I'm going to have my right leg behind my left leg. So if you're mirroring me, just bear that in mind. So my right leg is my back leg and my right arm comes up to the sky. So I'm going to stretch the right side of my body. Left hand onto the side of the hip into a side bend. I'm not moving my hips, so the side bend was quite minimal. Didn't look like I did very much there. Just bring yourself back up and hold it. Stay there. Try and squeeze your glutes here as well. We're opening up the hip flexor as we come into that side bend. It's a very mini side bend. There's quite a lot going on here. Release and switch. Take your foot doing the same left leg behind. Shoot the arm up, abs on tight. Squeeze your bum. Stretch. And bring it up. 2 more times. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Follow the line of the fingers and bring it up. Last one. Stretch And bring it up. Release everything. Roll out the shoulders. Just notice how your body is feeling very worked, very strong. And I cannot wait to give you some more of these metabolic workouts. There'll be a Pilates one on here soon as well, so you can add that to this workout if you like. Have a great day, and I can't wait again soon. Take care. Bye.